So lads, one of the most important things in NBA 2K MyTEAM is shooting. And at this stage in the game, pretty much every card has like a 99 3-point shot. And, well, pretty much 90 plus, and with a coach and floor general, it mostly goes up to around 99. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the cards that may not necessarily have the greatest ratings in the game, but they are some of the best overall releases in the game. So I'm going to be talking about the top 10 releases in my opinion. Also lads, there's going to be a lot of players that you're going to miss, and there's certain players that I have that all have almost identical releases, and I'm going to be talking about them all as one player. So anyway, now we're going to get on to the top 10. At number 10, we have got DWADE. I don't know exactly what release this is, but just in general, I think the DWADE's release is fantastic. Meter on, meter off, it is a really easy release to green off the catch. If he gets open, he is going to green that release more often than not. Like, it's a release that's very easy to get used to. It only took a couple of games of TTO for me to get used to this release. And the reason why I really like it is this release is good with no quick. It's actually usable with no quick draw, but then with Hall of Fame quick draw, it actually becomes an elite release. It's actually a pretty decent release off the quick stop, which is a really important thing as well, especially if you are in TTO. Obviously, I missed both of those releases there, but no question about it, off the catch, it is elite. His moving release is not the greatest in the world, but if he's open off the catch, it's going to be green almost every single time. And realistically, that's all. Like, that's what you need. That's what you are looking for. If you need a guy to shoot off the dribble, there are a couple of guys later in the list that are going to be able to do that a little bit better. But in terms of catch and shoot, he's perfect, and he's not a bad player off the dribble. Like, his off the dribble shot isn't like Chris Mullin bad. So it's not like it's a bad release at all. So yeah, DWADE coming in at number 10 on this list. I'm not entirely sure what release it is. If I don't know whose release it is, I'm just going to give the player. If not, I'll explain what the release or the base and similar players. But as far as I know, DWADE is the only player at this release. So now it's green on 3, and now on to number 9. So number 9, unfortunately, is a card that I don't have, but it's Giannis Antetokounmpo on Hall of Fame quick draw. It's not a bad release, but not a great release on gold quick draw, which is what I'm using right here. However, on Hall of Fame quick draw, like, man, it's next level. Like, I did not think it was going to be that good, but when I used that Galaxy Opal Giannis, his release is ridiculous. Now that they fixed the behind the back, the Opal Giannis is definitely, you can't even argue that the pink diamond's better anymore. But as much as the release is okay on gold quick draw, which is what you're seeing right now, when you get Giannis on Hall of Fame quick draw, it is one of the easiest releases to green. Meter on, meter off. With gold quick draw, I think he's better meter on. There are certain players like DWADE, I think is better meter off. I think on gold quick draw, this specific card right here, Giannis is better meter off. Sorry, meter on. But Giannis Hall of Fame quick draw is no question about it better meter off. It is a really great release. Like, again, not a bad release at gold, which is what you're seeing now. But once he gets the Hall of Fame quick draw, it is elite and one of the best releases in the game, in my opinion. So now it's green with 3. And come on. Now let's get on to number 8. So at number 8, we have got 2 players that have the same release, and it's base 38, but only with gold quick draw. I think base 38 gold quick draw is better than base 38 Hall of Fame quick draw, and players that have that release are Bingo Smith and Eddie Curry. So Bingo and Eddie Curry, in my opinion, have got 2 of the best releases in the game, especially for gold quick draw. Derek Fisher, I think, has a Hall of Fame quick draw, which is not, like, it's not bad by any means. I just think it's better on gold quick draw. One of the easiest releases at the time, meter on or meter off. Honestly, I was using him like he was Dwayne Wade, and I was having so much success with this Bingo Smith. His shot off the peak or quick stop is absolutely fantastic. His off the catch is really good as well. So while obviously I think there are better releases in the game, I think without question base 38 gold quick draw deserves, which is Eddie Curry and Bingo Smith, deserves to be somewhere in the top 10. So I have it here at number 8. So now it's green on 3, and now on to number 7. And number 7 is a little bit of a controversial one. It is Andrea Bargnani on gold quick draw. This, in my opinion, in terms of pure catch and shoot, obviously he's not going to dribble at all, he's a pick and pop center, is the second best big man release in the game. Again, a lot of people won't use this card because, again, it's Bargnani. He doesn't really do much except shooting. But if you guys know anything about kind of the history of this channel, you guys know Bargnani carried me for so long, his Amethyst card. And while this card doesn't shoot that much better than the Amethyst did not miss for me. Bargnani, one of the best shooters in the game, without question, off the catch. You give him any sort of space, it is going to be as I've whited 5 in a row, it is going to be auto greens. So in a pick and pop situation, if Bargnani's in any way open, you're pretty much giving up 3 points. So the fact that he is going to take so much gravity and can be a fantastic shooter, this is one of the most underrated releases in the game because people just kind of forgot about Andrea Bargnani because the next guy is another Spotlight Sim player that I personally think has got a better release than Bargnani, but not by much. So people kind of never use this guy, but I'm telling you, if you are a big Bargnani fan, again, I don't know if there's that many of them, he is absolutely fantastic. But anyway, now let's green 1-3, and now on to the next big man. So at number 6 is the guy that's in here, in my opinion, as the best big man release in the game, Jack Sigma. I think this is one of the easiest releases of the time in the game. One of the weird thing is that for both him and Bargnani, I did prefer when I was using the meter on, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. Like, if you get into a bit of a roll with Sigma, the thing is with certain cards, I think when you get into a roll with them, they're better meter off. However, if you're going to rarely shoot with them, they're better meter on. And with Sigma, who's not going to shoot too much, you're not going to warm up with them, I think better meter on. But once you get into a roll, this is unbelievable release. One of the easiest to time catch and shoot releases in the game. And again, 2-hour grind, you're getting one of the best shooting big men in the game. There was a stage for quite a while until more and more like absolute god tier centers came out that I preferred using him to Akeem. And I think offensively he still is better. I think offensively he's one of the best centers in the game, if not, I don't know, he's probably not the best. He's the best shooting center in the game though. And I think there is no real question about that. Absolutely unbelievable shooters. And let's green 1-3. And now on to number 5. And number 5 is CUTTINO Mobley. CUTTINO Mobley is so money. His release is, it's kind of like J.R. Smith's release from 2K17. And it kind of reminds me as well of a little bit like Tim Hardaway Jr. but left-handed. Something like that. But like I'm telling you, he's just ridiculous. Like if he could play point guard, I'm telling you, you'd see a lot more people using him. He is an absolutely elite scorer. Can shoot the lights out, has got good enough defense, and just purely shooting wise, he doesn't have a lot else going for him except for shooting because he is a very undersized 2-guard. But I'm telling you, if this card was 6'7", we'd be seeing so many people using him in Unlimited, and even still at 6'4", he's incredibly underrated. Can be your main man in a TTO team. Obviously, I do think Wade is better, but if you really do want a peak shooter and you don't want much MT, Mobley's perfect as well. There are 2 other players that I think have better releases that you can use now, so there's not really much of a use for him, but I'm telling you, this release is ridiculously good. It is absolutely ridiculously good. So anyway, now let's just green 1-3. And I think I greened along 2 there. I think that was also along 2. Come on. That's along 2 as well. And we're whiting. We're trying to finish it. Someone give him a ball. Someone give him the ball, lads. Oh, wow, we missed it. Oh, this isn't good. Now on to number 4. So at number 4, we've got fastest release in the game. So Kevin Herter / Tyler Hero. Base 107. The fastest release in the game. Am I a fan of base 107? Kind of. I think it's a very, very hard release to control because it is just so fast. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan, but I know people that are. Like I know people, especially because Tyler Hero, I think, is the Pro 3 Hezi, that can absolutely dominate in competitive settings with the Pink Diamond Tyler Hero. But Kevin Herter on a budget for the fastest release in the game, if you can get this release down, it's literally the fastest, so it may be the best. However, like I can't put this any higher than 4 because I'm not the biggest fan of it. However, if you can get it down, it is unbelievable because it's literally the fastest. So while again, it's not the easiest release to time, especially if you have the meter on. If you have the meter on, it's definitely not easy to time because the release is basically so fast, the meter delays on it. So I would advise you, if you are going to be using a bunch of base 107 players like Tyler Hero or Kevin Herter, turn meter off. But without question, deserves a spot somewhere high up on the list because of how fast it is. However, it's not getting top 3 because in my opinion, it is just, as much as I'm greening here when I'm online, I really do struggle to green with this jumper. So anyway, now it's green with 3. And now on to number 3. Number 3 is base 64 or Craig Elo, as far as I know. As far as I know, he's the only player in the game with this release. This, in my opinion, pure catch and shoot is the best release in the game. I honestly think that maybe you could argue this to be higher if it was on a card that was better than Craig Elo. Craig Elo is actually a pretty nice card, and I think Craig Elo plays the Klay Thompson / Chris Mullin role, the 3-and-D cone role, as well, if not better than anybody else. I think if you're using a Klay Thompson or Chris Mullin, you're replacing with Craig Elo, you're going to actually realize you're probably upgrading. Off the peak or quick stop, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible release, but it's nowhere near as good as it is off the catch. Off the catch, this is wide open. This is the best release in the game, the easiest one to green. I think, is it Duke Dennis or something? I think one of the big park YouTubers uses this base, and I'm telling you, I didn't realize how good it was till I was shooting around with Elo. And he is, especially for his price of 10k MT, I'm telling you, if you just want a player to occasionally play a bit of defense and to be there as a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, there is literally no card better in this game than Craig Elo, and it's mainly due to how good his release is. Again, his 3-point shot's good, but it's nothing spectacular, but that release, though, is definitely something spectacular. But anyway, now Screaming 3, and now we're on to number 2. So number 2 is a release that a bunch of people have. It's Trey Burke base. So Trey Burke base is Tracy McGrady, Walter Davis, Brandon Roy, Zach LaVine, Trey Burke, obviously, Devontae Graham. I'm trying to think, is there any others with Trey Burke base? But it is the same base. In my opinion, the upper that Tracy McGrady / Walter Davis / Brandon Roy have, it's all the exact same. And Zach LaVine as well as Trey Burke base. This, in my opinion, is the second best catch and shoot release in the game after base 64. However, I believe it's a much, much better shoot off quick stop than base 64. There's a reason why everyone loved this release so much. And meter on, meter off, it does not matter. This is fantastic. So there's a reason why guys like Brandon Roy have been in so many people's squads, why Tracy McGrady is still ranked above Kobe Bryant by most people, and it's because of this release. And the upper doesn't matter that much, it is all about the base, and that Trey Burke base is one of the easiest to time in the game. Whether it's off a quick stop, whether it's off a catch, whether it's moving, it is one of just straight up the best releases in the game. But I know most of you guys assume Trey Burke to be one of the top few in this game. I'm pretty sure you guys all know what is going to be number 1. And number 1 is base 98 / Dwayne Wade base / Glenn Rice shot. So, I think Tony Parker's is a little bit slower, but base 98 / Dwayne Wade base, they're the same thing. So, Dwayne Wade and Glenn Rice, they are the two cards we are looking at with these base. So, Glenn Rice, in my opinion, is I think he's the better card because of his height, but in terms of just pure release-wise, the OPAL Dwayne Wade is probably the best, but this is a game-changing release. You're playing TTO, and all you have to do is come off screens with these guys. Come off screens, they give you an inch of space. It is not quite as quick as base 107. However, it is so much easier to shoot off them quick stops. If you're shooting off the peekaboo, there is no quicker release than base 98. It is the easiest to get off of quick stops, and for that reason, while not necessarily being the greatest catch and shoot release in the game, I don't even think I'd put it in the top 5 catch and shoot releases in the game, to be honest. If I was talking purely catch and shoot, I'd be trying to think what I put ahead of it. Obviously, the last two would be ahead of it. 107 probably catch and shoot would be ahead of it. Heck, you could even argue, in my opinion, I think Jonathan Isaac catch and shoot release is one of the best in the game. But there's a lot of good catch and shoot release in the game. However, there is none that even come close to the ability to shoot off the dribble of 98. And there's a reason why base 98 is a game-changing release, or Dwayne Wade base. There's a reason why you can see players, you're going to see so many people just dance around screens with Glenn Rice and Dwayne Wade. It is because this release is one of the most difficult releases to stop if used in the right hands. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So anyway, that is the video. In my opinion, they are the top 10 releases in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrum.